right? Okay. Today, maximum there won't be any practical session. If not, if I complete the theoretical session early, then if there is any chance, then we'll start the practical session. But I promise that you will definitely enjoy today's session. Okay. Very interesting topic today. Okay. Let me open my PPT. So today our topic is recommender systems. Okay, this is also one type of unsupervised learning method. Okay, unsupervised learning method. Actually, I think some of you people heard about association rule mining, right? For building association rules, first we have to understand these recommender systems. Okay. Association rules is another type of methodology in order to derive some conclusions from the recommender systems. Okay. First of all, let us have the basic idea about this recommender system. What are all these recommender systems all about? Okay. So what do you mean by the recommender systems? Okay, actually, as the word itself says, that recommending the products as per the user interest. Am I right? Okay, as per the user interest, your software will recommend the products, recommend the items, recommend the movies, like that. Okay. So how we that means recommending in the sense, not the recommending not all the items. Okay, only, for example, in our store there are so many products. Okay, in our departmental stores so many products will be there, but it will recommends only subset of those products. Why? Because you may not interested on all the products which are available in that store. Am I right? You will be having some interest on only some set of products. Okay, so that subset should be identified. Okay, that subset should be identified, and those subset will be recommended to the user. Okay, so how it can be done means general thought. Okay, general thought, that means how this subset is going to be recommended to the user means, it is a general idea that how an analyze, how the purchase history of a particular of that user is oriented, or is there any similar users that has a similar purchase history like you. Okay, first it will identify the purchase history of you, and then it will identify the similar users of purchase. That means like you, is there anybody purchasing the items? Based on that, it will frame some recommendations. Okay, why? Because all these systems think that all the similar users will think alike. Okay, they want same products. Okay? So these recommender systems got popularity for the last decade. From the last 10 years, there's so much evolution has been done in this recommender systems. You may be seen in your YouTube, Facebook, all these sites are very much involved in building these recommender systems. Okay, you won't believe Amazon is the earlier pioneer in this year, in this area. Okay, Amazon has involved these recommender systems first. Why? Because the Amazon store contains a number of millions of products, but by keeping the user's difficulty in choosing the items in the mind, Amazon is done some experiments in order to improve the recommendations to the particular user. Later, the Netflix has adopted the same methodology. Okay, I think all of you know what is Netflix, right? So you won't believe the Netflix conducted a competition for the persons, for the programmers like you, who will give the best recommender systems. Okay, That means Netflix will give the all the videos which are currently available in its cloud. Okay, and they have requested the programmers to build a very good recommender systems which give the accurate recommendations to the users. Okay, the best recommender system will get the award. How much, you know? $10 billion. Okay, $10 billion is the prize money for building the best recommender system. Okay, now how this recommender system, what is the main motto between the behind the recommender system is the first, personalization. So what do you mean by personalization? Okay, personalization is transforming our experience of the world. Okay, just like your YouTube contains so many videos, but recommendations are different from mobile to mobile. I hope all of you know this. Am I right? All the YouTube apps, what it will be contained in your mobiles, the recommender videos in your mobile are different with the recommender videos in your friend's mobile. That means what? There the personalization principle has been applied. Okay, personalization. You will get only your personalized recommender videos, and your friend will get only his personalized recommender videos, right? So why this has been happened means, if you have in YouTube, as I told you, some millions and millions of videos will be there, but it is not possible for you to find all the videos as per your interest, right? I cannot browse all the videos. How can I browse millions and millions of videos? Okay, then it could be better if the YouTube has recommended some videos for me as per my interest, right? That's why as per the interest only we will search. Okay, there will not be any other videos which will deviate our interest. Am I right? So this is another reason why this personalization is done. Information overload. Okay, your system, your YouTube app or your system may face some difficulties. Okay, if you are going to browse all the possible data. Okay, so the information overload will be increased. Okay, as the more number of requests as the requests increased day by day, so the overload will be done on the server. That is why to overcome this overload, the server itself recommends the videos to the users. Okay, అందుకే కొన్నాళ్ళు యూట్యూబ్ ఒక 10 సంవత్సరాల ముందు యూట్యూబ్ ఇప్పుడున్నంత స్పీడ్గా ఉండేది కాదు. వీడియోస్ చాలా చాలా లేట్గా లోడ్ అయ్యేవి. మనం ఏంటంటే నెట్ స్పీడ్ స్లో ఏమో అనుకునేవాళ్ళం. బట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద రీజన్. ఓకే, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఓవర్లోడ్. సో what you mean, this information overload is browsing history need new ways to discover the content. Okay, so this personalization will connect the users with the appropriate videos. Appropriate in the sense recommender videos. Okay, that means these are the videos as per the user's interest. Okay, so later Netflix has implemented this personalization. Okay, so it will gives an option called suggestions for you. Okay, this suggestions for you option will be there for every user who are using this Netflix, and the suggestions will be displayed as per your interest, as per the past history or past movies what you have watched in the Netflix. According to that, it will give some suggestions. For example, you know, you like only thriller movies. Okay, thriller and suspense movies. So it will give the suggestions for the next movie. Okay, which will be probably a suspense or thriller movie. Or if you like horror movies, okay, evil movies or horror movies, and the next time if you want to watch a new movie, first it will give the suggestion of a evil movie. Later the same thing has been happened in the Amazon also. Okay, Amazon also it will give some recommended products. Okay, global by taking the global and session interests. Okay, so first it will give the global interests. Okay, and then it will give you the personal interests. Okay, and also in the session interest means in that session, what are the items you frequently searched. Okay, then the recommender videos automatically changed. Okay, for example, today afternoon I have searched only machine learning books. Okay, in the next session if you see, it will give the first machine learning books only. Later if you change to the Java books, okay, in the next session it will give the first is Java books only. How it is happening? Okay, the Amazon, the server is tracking all your interests, session based interests. Okay, so now this is and Facebook will also use this friend recommender. Okay, I think in your Facebook apps, okay, in your Facebook apps if you see, there will be some friend suggestions, right? How it is giving the friend suggestions, I don't know. Some of you people may browse secretly about some person's profiles. Okay, as per the person profiles, what you are browsing, it will give the suggestions. Okay, so it will connect you to the different new friends. It will tries to connect to the different new friends, or it will give the friend suggestions. Okay, add friend, like that. It will give some friend suggestions, right? How many of you are getting friend suggestions? I think most of you people are getting friend suggestions day by day, right? Am I right? Yes. How many? Am I clear? Am I right? Till now also so many people may get recommendation, friend suggestions, right? Why it is giving the friend suggestions means, it may there are some similar profiles will be there, or there are some similar users who are searching like you. Okay, and friends of friends, all these by keeping all these factors in the mind, it will give some friend recommendations. Okay, the Facebook is very expert in that. Okay. Next, how to build a recommender system. Okay. Analyze the data as per our as analyze the data that contains every user interests, and it will connect similar users also. You know that if any two profiles are matching in the Facebook, the Facebook will try to connect those two profiles. You know that? Yes, similar users, the people who thinks like you, or the people who share the posts like you, the people who keep some pictures like you. Okay, the Facebook will analyze all that data, and it will try to connect that kind of persons. Okay, okay. So how to build a recommender system? Okay, so there are some methods are there. Okay, first you have to identify what are the various methods of building a recommender system. Okay, it is the first method. Okay, what is that? Based on popularity. Based on popularity means, let us take one example. Okay, we have a blog like this. Okay, this is a blog that contains so many articles. Okay, so first what it will do is, first it will identify what are the people currently viewing now, what are the articles that are currently viewed by the people. Okay, so it will ranks all those blogs or articles. Okay, they will sort all those articles. Okay, as per the demand, as per the global demand. Okay, as per the global demand, it will ranks all the articles. Okay, and then it will recommends. Okay, sorting the articles based on how they shared often by other readers also. Okay, that means this is one thing, is just sorting the based on the popularity, and then it will give the articles recommending, it will recommend the articles based on how the articles are often shared by the users. I think some people will read some article. If they find interest, what they will do immediately, what they will do immediately, they will immediately share to their friends. Am I right? In the Facebook also, if you find any post very interesting, what you will do immediately, you will share it. You do, you don't bother about whether your friend will likes or not. Okay, you will share it. That's it. Am I right? So based on the sharing also, it will recommend the articles. But what is the limitation? As it is method is based on popularity, you cannot have any personalization here. Personalization means it will give only the article based on popularity only. Popularity means what? The global users will also involved in that. All those global users may not have the common interest. That is why if there is no common interest, there will not be any personalizations like YouTube. Okay, it gives only the articles based on the popularity and based on the spreading of these articles. That's it. Whether you are interested or not, that doesn't matter. Okay, that is why if it gives as per your interest, then I can say that this recommender system involves personalization. If it is not following, then it is called as the no personalization. Okay. Then what is the method? Method 2 is the classification. Okay, how it is classified? It will identify the probability whether you will going to purchase that product or not. Okay, for example, these are the things that it will consider. What is that? User info. The first constraint is user info, and then purchase history, and then product information. Product information means at currently which product you are seeing, or about which product you are thinking. Okay, about which product you are thinking, and then other information. By taking all these in features, okay, it classifies whether you are going to purchase that product or not. You are going to purchase the product or not. Okay, so that is based on classification. Here also you can add the personalization here. Why? Because in Amazon, it will give the first personalized products only. That means it will give only the interested products first, based on your purchase history, the past purchase history. Okay, what it will give? It will give some products as per your interest. Am I right? So what are the pros here? Personalization is there. Okay, considering the user information, or your Amazon will give the priority to the first user. Okay, only it will recommend some products as per the interest only first, and then it will give the global, and it will give the secondary priority to the global. Okay, and it will captures the context also. That means, for example, I have a little brother whose age is 5 years. I will purchase some product for him uh, today, and it will recommend the product for the next year also. You know why? Because my little brother will come to 6 years in the next year. Okay, then it will recommend the products what you can buy for a 6 years baby, or 6 years boy or a girl. Okay, అంటే ఈ టైంలో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నా 5 years ఓల్డ్ బ్రదర్కి ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ కొన్నాను అనుకోండి అమ్మా, అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే దాని ఆ కాంటెక్స్ట్ని క్యాప్చర్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ కూడా రికమెండేషన్స్ ఇస్తుంది. అది అంటే జనరల్గా 6 ఏళ్ళ అబ్బాయికి జనరల్గా ఎవరైనా ఏం కొంటారు దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని కొన్ని ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఇస్తుంది. ఓకే, like just like phone recharge. Yes, అంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఫ్యూచర్ కాంటెక్స్ట్స్ కూడా ఇట్ విల్ రికమెండ్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్స్. ఓకే, ఆ కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చు, అది టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ద డే అయి ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే మీరు ఇప్పుడు చూసిన ప్రోడక్ట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, లేదా ఎవరిదైనా బర్త్డే అయి ఉండొచ్చు. మీరు ఎంతమంది ఈ కార్డ్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు? ఈ కార్డ్స్ ఎవరైనా యూజ్ చేస్తారా? ఈ కార్డ్స్ అంటే మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి బర్త్డే విషెస్ పంపించడానికి ఈ కార్డ్స్ యూజ్ చేశారా ఎవరైనా? మేము అప్పుడు మా జనరేషన్లో ఈ కార్డ్స్ యూజ్ చేసేవాళ్ళమే. ఆ ఈ కార్డ్స్ అంటే ఏంటంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, టుడే ఈజ్ మై ఫ్రెండ్స్ బర్త్డే. ఓకే, టుడే ఈజ్ మై ఫ్రెండ్స్ బర్త్డే, ఐ వాంట్ టు విష్ యూ. So what I will do is I will run to e-card and I will select one e-card for him, and I will send that card to his mail. What it will do is, for again the next year for the same date, it will give a reminder. You know that? It will give a reminder automatically. Today your friend's birthday, so select a card from my corpus. Like that, it will give some recommendations. Okay, so this type of scenarios will also be done. Now let us see another it even handles limited user history, like that means all these recommendations can be done by taking some limited user history. Okay, if you have at least 10 products of purchase history or five products purchase history also, it will recommend some product for you. Okay. Then what is the cons? So the cons means if you have any information is missing, or if your products has any wrong reviews or any low reviews, then you may not get the proper conclusions. Okay, you may not get the proper recommendations next time. Okay, or if anything missing in your products, or the people are not liking the product what you are currently purchasing. Okay, in the next iteration, if you try to purchase some product, you may not get the proper recommendation conclusions. Okay, and it has very low performance. Next, now the method 3. What is the method? So far we have discussed 2 methods. Okay, what is the first method? Method is based on popularity and then based on classification, and then we are entering into the third method. The people who bought this also bought that. Okay, that means for example, if you consider moms who bought diapers will also bought baby wipes, but not simultaneously, but there is a probability, right? Generally moms will bought diapers for their babies. At the same time they will think about the baby wipes also. Okay, but may not be simultaneously. For that, what how the recommender system is going to be built by taking this method into the consideration. Okay, that can be some more clearly understand by the concept called co-occurrence matrix. So what are the co-occurrence matrix? It will store the number of users who bought both items I and j. Okay, for example, it will maintains a double dimensional matrix. Let me represent. Okay, like this. Okay, this is what double dimensional matrix it represents. Okay, these are the rows represents items, and also columns also represent the items. Okay, so here, for example, if you consider this third line, okay, if you consider this third line, the line which has that number 3 here represents the products which has been bought, okay, which has been bought along with diapers. Are you following or not? Okay, the third line represents the items which are purchased, or number of people which are purchased both diapers and both diapers and other products. But this point particularly shows, okay, the number of people who purchased both diapers and baby wipes. Okay, this point. ఎందుకంటే డైపర్స్తో సహా సూపర్ మార్కెట్లో ఇంకా చాలా ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ మనం డైపర్స్ని తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూ సెలెక్ట్ డైపర్స్ హియర్, ఓకే, this row represents what are the items that are purchased by the people, okay, or the list the people who purchased other items along with diapers. Okay, so here this point will represents the number of people who purchased both diapers as well as baby wipes. This is also same. Okay, baby wipes and diapers, these 2 points will represent the same scenario. Why? Because it is like a reflection matrix. Reflection matrix means what? The elements above the principal diagonal and below the principal diagonal are similar. Okay, I think all of you know the diagonal reflection, or I can also call it as a symmetric. I think it is a symmetric matrix, I think, right? అంటే ప్రిన్సిపల్ డయాగ్నల్ కి పైన ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ కింద ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఒకటే సేమే ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, రైట్. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్, it is called as a symmetric matrix. So number of people purchasing I and J same as number of people purchasing J and I. So here I can say that Cij is equal to Cji. Okay, this is what we'll call it as a co-occurrence matrix. Here you can have some conclusions. If I purchase diapers, which product you will probably buy along with diapers? That can be known by this co-occurrence matrix. Let us go into some depth. Okay, how to make recommendations using these co-occurrences. Okay, for that what I will do is I will consider a person who bought diapers. Okay, I am retrieving the vector from the co-occurrence matrix. Which vector? Only diapers vector I am extracting from the co-occurrence matrix. If I take that diapers vector, these are the items which are purchased, or these are the number of people who are purchased some other items, okay, along with diapers. So 0 people have purchased DVD and 4 persons purchased pacifiers and 100 persons purchased baby wipes. Okay, this is the vector. Now what I will do is, now I will recommend other items to person who just purchased diapers with sorted counts of from the largest. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఈ వెక్టర్ని ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేశాను కదా కోఆకరెన్స్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ నుంచి. ఈ వెక్టర్ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ఎవరైతే డైపర్స్ కొన్నారో, ఓకే, డైపర్స్తో పాటు మిగతా ఐటమ్స్ ఎంతమంది కొన్నారో అనేది ఈ వెక్టర్. సో 0 మెంబర్స్ డివిడి కొంటారు, 4 పసిఫైర్స్ కొంటారు అండ్ 100 మంది బేబీ వైప్స్ కొంటారు. ఇప్పుడు మన రికమెండర్ సిస్టమ్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఈ నంబర్స్ అన్ని ఈ వెక్టర్లో ఉన్న వాల్యూస్ అన్ని తీసుకొని వాటిని డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్లో సార్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్లో సార్ట్ చేసి లార్జెస్ట్ సేల్స్ నుంచి రికమెండ్ చేస్తుంది. అంటే ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఇన్ దిస్ సినారియో, ఇట్ ఫస్ట్ రికమెండ్స్ బేబీ వైప్స్ and then it recommends pacifiers and then it recommends DVDs. Okay, like this. This is the order of which the recommender system will recommend the products. Okay, first it will recommend baby wipes and then it recommends pacifiers and then recommends DVD based on the purchase history of the people who have purchased diapers. Okay, so what if there are very popular items? Okay, this is the something I can call it as a disadvantage. Okay, how can if for example I have a Pampers. For example, there is a popular item called Pampers, for example. Okay, Pampers may not be get popular because of only some particular users. Okay, for example, I will consider a particular baby item, Teddy. Okay, I will extract the vector. I will extract the Teddy vector from the co-occurrence matrix. Okay, so if I consider the Teddy vector from the co-occurrence matrix, these are the number of person who purchased different products. 0 members purchased DVD, 4 members purchased pacifier, and 1 lakh members purchased Pampers, and 100 members purchased baby wipes. So here 1 lakh means very big number, right? So here there is no guarantee that the persons who purchased Teddy purchased Pampers. So here I cannot give the conclusion that 1 lakh members has purchased Teddy. 1 lakh sales have been done. 1 lakh sales have been done on Pampers, but not because of Teddy. Okay, but not because of Teddy. Why? Because the 1 lakh Pampers have been sold based on the popularity. That's it. The Pampers got a very good rating. That's why all the people, irrespective of whether they are purchasing Teddy or not, all the people are purchasing the Pampers. So here I can say that these 1 lakh Pampers are not because of Teddy people. Okay, so what is the result? So what happens is in that time, now I cannot make any conclusions. Why? Because this 1 lakh Pampers will dominate other sales. Am I right? Just like in the yesterday's concept. Okay, generalized words will dominate best describing words. Like that we have done some analysis yesterday, right? So here also the popular items may wipe out the remaining items. Am I right? Okay, in the previous slide we don't have anything like 1 lakh Pampers. That is why I have done the conclusion that baby wipes, pacifier and DVD, in that order I have recommended the products. So if I have a very large sales like this, then what happens, it will drowns out the other effects. That means it will dominate the other product sales. Okay, so what it will do is it will recommend the popularity. It will recommends based on popularity only. Whether you will buy Teddy or not, that doesn't matter. It will recommend Pampers. That's it. Are you following or not? So here I cannot say that here it is a one type of drawback. Okay, even though I don't have interest on Pampers. Why? Because uh, 10 to 15 years old people doesn't buy Pampers, right? So they may not have interest on Pampers, but it will still recommend. Why? Because it has popularity. That's it. Now, how we can say that? How? What do you mean by normalization of co-occurrence matrix? Okay, why? Because to overcome this uh, disadvantage, that means how the recommendations have been done based on the popularity. To minimize that effect, what we will do is we will first normalize the co-occurrence matrix. That is one method, and another method is calculating the Jaccard similarity, that is normalization by popularity. Okay, for example, if you consider the number of people, these are the first circle represents the sales of item I. The second circle represents the sales of item J, and as you see here, the red spot represents the number of people who purchased both I and J, and the remaining portion will represent the number of people purchased either I or J. Okay, so if I calculate the factor like this, this is what we will call as a Jaccard similarity. So based on the Jaccard similarity, it may give some recommendations. Okay, suppose if you have any disadvantages because of popularity, then this is one method. And there are some other metrics are there, cosine similarity. Based on cosine similarity also, it will overcome the problems of popularity recommendations. So what is the limitations means? Here there is no history, so no need of history here. Okay, recommend similar items to the only one you bought. For example, here also, what if you purchased many items? How to overcome that? Okay, if you items, okay, the irrespective of popularity, if you have purchased many items, then also we have some difficulties in recommendation. But how it can? So what I will do is first I will concentrate on a weighted average of purchased items. Okay, weighted average of purchased item means, for example, a user bought items diapers and milk. Diapers and milk. Then what it will do is it will takes the diapers and milk and calculates the specific similarity scores. Okay, for example, whether it should recommend baby wipes or not, that will be depends upon this calculation. Okay, so our aim here is to what? For example, I have purchased diapers and milk. Okay, for example, here I have purchased diapers and milk. Based on this purchase, whether I should recommend baby wipes or not. That is what my aim. Okay. So for that, what I will do is I will calculate some similarity scores. Okay. First by taking baby wipes with the diapers and then baby wipes with milk. Then I will calculate the similarity. Okay. Baby wipes and diapers and baby wipes and milk, and I will take the average of the similarity. Okay, and then what I will do is I will sort the I will sort the score based on all the sales, and then I will find the item J with the highest similarity. Okay, ప్రస్తుతానికి ఈ బేబీ వైప్స్ మీద మనం ఈ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేసాం. అలాగా మన స్టోర్స్లో ఇంకా చాలా ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో I will calculate this for each and every such product. For example, in my store, I may have 100 products. Okay, but out of the 100 products, I have purchased only diapers and milk. If I purchase diapers, milk, what will be the third product that I am going to purchase? For that, I am calculating this similarity. Okay, first what I will do is I will assume the third item is baby wipes. Third item is baby wipe, and then I will calculate the similarity score and I will store it somewhere. And I will take the fourth item. Again, I'll calculate the similarity score. I'll take fifth item. I'll do like this. I will repeat this calculation for all other 98 products. Okay. Out of all those 98 products, which product is giving the best similarity, that will be recommended first. Otherwise, I can sort all those 98 products in the order of their similarity scores. According to that, we can recommend the products. Okay. So the method 4 is discovering the hidden structures by matrix factorization. Okay. And this is the method for, so far we have discussed 3 methods for how to build a recommender system, and this is the method for how to discover hidden structures by matrix factorization. This will be done mainly on movie recommendations. Netflix or Amazon Prime, all these softwares will use this method. For example, I have different users. Okay, like if you observe here, we have 3 yellow users, 2 blue users, and 4 pink users. For example, I have 3 users. Okay, the yellow user has given a 3-star rating for this black movie, and the yellow user have given 5-star rating for this pink movie, and this yellow user have given 2-star rating for this blue movie. Like that, for the remaining users also, we have movies as well as their ratings. Okay. Now, how to make conclusion from this type of matrix factorization? Okay. For example, if you have so many movies in your Netflix or Amazon Prime, will you able to see all the movies? Yes. For example, in my Netflix, there are 500 movies. Is there any guarantee that you will watch all 500 movies? Yes, it is highly impossible, right? I cannot see. But if everyone sees 500 movies, then only it will give the recommendation, which is practically not possible, right? Which is not practically not possible. But even though, if we'll do some recommendations, okay, even if there is no need of watching all the movies in the Netflix. Okay, let us see how. So for that, what I'll do is first I'll build a matrix like this. Okay, the rows represents the ratings and the columns represents movies. Okay, for example, here one black square represents the rating of movie V by the user U. Okay, అంటే రోస్ అన్ని రేటింగ్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాయి, కాలమ్స్ అన్ని మూవీస్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాయి. నేను మ్యాట్రిక్స్లో ఏదైనా ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ని తీసుకుంటే కనుక, ఓకే, ఏదైనా ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ని తీసుకుంటే కనుక ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ఏం చెప్తుందంటే ద రేటింగ్ గివెన్ బై ద యూజర్ యూ, ఓకే, ద రేటింగ్ గివెన్ బై ద యూజర్ యూ ఫర్ ద మూవీ వి, ఫర్ ద మూవీ వి. Like that, for all the movies, okay, for all the movies, all the users may or may not give the rating. That is why what happens here, the white portions represents the ratings are missing. Movies exist, but the ratings are missing. Are you following అన్నట్టు? అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను 500 మూవీలు చూస్తే 500 మూవీలు నేను చూడలేను కాబట్టి నేను ఒక 10 మూవీసే చూస్తాను, కానీ నా మ్యాట్రిక్స్లో 500 మూవీస్ ఉంటాయి. సో నేను రేటింగ్ 10 మూవీస్కే ఇవ్వచ్చు. అందువల్ల మిగతా 490 ప్లేస్లు ఖాళీగా ఉంటాయి. కరెక్ట్? Similarly, there is no guarantee that all the users will give the rating for all the movies. Okay, that's why here we will identify 2 types of constraints. First constraint is the filled element and an empty element. That is what we will show you. So this is the data given by the users, okay, to score some movies. If I consider rating of u comma v, okay, rating of u comma v, assume that the matrix name is rating. Okay, rows represents users ratings and columns represents movies. For example, if I consider any element rating of u comma v, which will be known for black cells. Okay, and black cells ఉన్న దగ్గర rating ఉన్నట్టు, unknown for white cells, and white cells ఉన్న దగ్గర rating లేనట్టు. Okay, understand this. Now what we have to do is we have to complete this matrix. Okay, this is not at this position, this matrix is not treated as a complete matrix. Okay, it is a incomplete matrix. But before completing this matrix, you cannot make any prediction. So our goal here is what? Filling the missing data. How to fill the missing data? Okay. So what? How I can fill the missing data means by taking history of all movies that user and other users watched. Okay, I'll take the all the movies which have been watched by current user and all other users. Okay, and then I will estimate the value for the question mark. That means I will fill అంటే నా నేను లేదా నాలాగా చూసే యూజర్స్ అందరి యొక్క హిస్టరీ తీసుకొని నేను ఈ ఖాళీని ఫిల్ చేస్తాను అన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ అవర్ ఎయిమ్. ఓకే, సో హౌ టు ఎస్టిమేట్ ద రేటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ మూవీ దట్ యూజర్ నెవర్ వాచ్డ్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు రికమెండేషన్ చేయాలి అంటే కనుక ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు డూ అ రికమెండేషన్ I have to fill all the movies in my account. But I told you if I have 500 movies, I cannot watch all 500 movies. I'll watch only 10 movies. So only 10 ratings are available. 10 movie ratings are available, but the remaining 490 movies are getting empty. So our aim is to fill these 490 cells. Okay. So describe movie with the topics RV. Okay. For example, consider a movie, okay, which you doesn't watched. Okay, pay attention. Consider a movie which you never watched. Okay, I will consider that movie as the vector containing these topics called action, suspense and thriller. Why? Because the movie is a combination of so many factors, right? The movies may have action elements, suspense element, thrillers, comedy, horror, all these different types of elements will be there. But we don't know how they have been distributed to make the complete movie. For example, let us consider one such movie which you never watched. Okay, let us consider a movie which you never watched. Okay, let us say that that movie contains some topics like action, suspense and thriller, and also we'll take the distribution. It has a 30% action element, 1% suspense, and 1.5 value of what do you call thriller element is there. Okay, this is the distribution of your movie that you never watched. Okay, and అందులో action 0.3, suspense 0.01 and thriller 1.5 ఉందని. Okay, at the same time నువ్వు ఎక్కువ ఏ టాపిక్స్ మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తావో అది కూడా తీసుకుంటాను నేను. దట్ వెక్టర్ ఆల్సో ఐ విల్ కన్సిడర్. ఓకే, హౌ మచ్ హీ ఆర్ షీ లైక్స్ యాక్షన్, సస్పెన్స్ అండ్ థ్రిల్లర్. ఈ మూవీలో ఈ ఎలిమెంట్స్ మాత్రమే ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, దిస్ మూవీ విచ్ యూ నెవర్ వాచ్ కంటైన్స్ ఓన్లీ దీస్ ఎలిమెంట్స్, యాక్షన్, సస్పెన్స్ అండ్ థ్రిల్లర్. దట్స్ ఇట్. అవే ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం how much you like action, suspense and thriller, that vector also I will consider. You will like 2.5 action, you never like suspense, you don't like suspense at all, and you like the thriller only 0.8. Okay, now what I will do is I will perform the product of these two vectors like this. Okay, so 0.3 into 2.5 plus 0.01 into 0 plus 1.5 into 0.8, which gives you 7.2. Definitely it is greater than 5. So here I will estimate that you will definitely give the 5-star rating for this movie you never watched. Are you following or not? What I am doing here, I am taking the movie elements, the elements what that movie contains, and also the elements what you like. By taking those two vectors, I will perform dot product and I will calculate the rating. Okay, if I take another user who never likes action, okay, who likes suspense 3.5 and 0.01 is the thriller element he likes. If I calculate the dot product with RV, then I'll get 0.8. So definitely he will give the rating only 1, for example. Only 1 rating will be there. Like that I will fill the missing elements. So after by doing for all the elements, By doing this and filling all the elements this matrix, okay, then I will give the proper recommendations. So the recommendation is sort movies that user hasn't watched by rating of u comma v. ఇప్పుడు మీరు 10 సినిమాలు చూసారు కదా, 11వ సినిమా రికమెండ్ అవుతుంది మీకు based on your interest, and 11th movie is vector. Okay, based on your interest and 11th movie vector, the recommendations will be done for you. Whether you will watch that movie or not, that is also it will predict. Okay, is it interesting or not? Yes, is it interesting or not? You can build your own recommendation systems also. If you understand all these concepts, definitely you may have your own recommendation systems. Okay, so how to discover the topics from the data? Okay, this is the one somewhat previous stage of this slide. ఇక్కడ మనకు ఆల్రెడీ టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇందులో ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి we have performed the dot product and we have made some conclusions here. But here the question is how to discover these topics again. అంటే సినిమా యాక్షన్ మూవీయా కాదా, సస్పెన్స్ మూవీయా కాదా, how to discover that we will see here. How to discover the topics from the data, as these topics are not available for all the users and also movies, so we estimate these user and movie vectors. Okay, that means I don't know, I may not have the information about the user interests and movie elements. So for that, what I have to do is I have to discover those also interests, action, suspense and thriller interests. I have to identify those. Okay, I have to discover those topics. For that, what I have to do is, for example, this is our what do you call matrix. We'll have a user vector and R represents movie vector. These are the various ratings given by the users, and these are the various ratings got by the movies. Okay, then by applying matrix factorization model, okay, we will calculate the topic vectors using linear regression. Okay, using linear regressions we will calculate the topic vectors. Okay, we will estimate based on the, we will అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇనీషియల్ గా ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఒకసారి, వన్స్ పే అటెన్షన్ హియర్. ఇక్కడ మీరు 0.3 అని అంటున్నాను స్పెసిఫిక్గా ఆ మూవీ యొక్క యాక్షన్ ఎలిమెంట్, అలాగే మీ యొక్క యాక్షన్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ 2.5. వీటిని మనం ఎస్టిమేట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇని ర్యాండమ్గా కొన్ని వాల్యూస్తో స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. లీనియర్ రిగ్రెషన్లో మనం ఏం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం, ద కోఎఫిషియంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ఈక్వేషన్ will be selected randomly first, and then they will be changed according to the RSS. That is what we have assumed, right? Here also, initially, I will take user interest as well as movies interest. Randomly, I will select those, and then I will apply this RSS on them, and I will try to minimize this RSS. When this RSS has been minimized, then I will stick to that vectors, topic vectors. Okay, is somewhat complex. Okay, now let us see some metrics of what do you call this recommendation systems. Okay, here we'll have some metrics similar to the classification, that means liked versus not liked. And here also predictions of recommendations are also based on liked and not liked only. Okay, and that means if you want to apply any evaluation metrics, here also that evaluation metrics will be done based on the liked items and not liked items. For example, let us consider this store. Okay, how to calculate the recall. Recall is equal to liked plus shown by liked. Liked plus shown means here, once all of you observe this diagram, here there are some products displayed here, but if you observe, some products are highlighted and some products are not highlighted. Okay, So assume that the products which are highlighted are shown and products which are not highlighted are not shown. Okay, why? I can say that the products which are highlighted are visible to the user, the products which are not highlighted are invisible to the user. Now how to calculate the recall for that? Okay, that is liked plus shown by liked. Liked by plus shown means, for example, first of all, let us see how many items are shown. Let us calculate. Okay, that is one. Uh, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. Here, how many items liked and shown? Okay, how many items he liked? First of all, let us see how many items he liked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how many items he liked, irrespective of shown or not shown? How many items he liked? Let calculate the items which are inside the purple rectangle, purple squares. Okay, purple squares మాత్రం లెక్క పెట్టండి. ఓకే, ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ఓకే, 5 వీళ్ళకి నచ్చాయి, తనకి నచ్చాయి. ఈ 5లో ఎన్ని హైలైట్ అయి ఉన్నాయో చూడండి. 1, 2, 3 అంతే కదా. సో ఈ 5లో ఏవైతే హైలైట్ అయి ఉన్నాయో అవి మాత్రమే లైక్ ప్లస్ షోన్ లోకి వస్తాయి. ఆర్ యూ ఫాలోయింగ్ అన్నట్టు? సో ద రీకాల్ ఈస్ క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ యాజ్ 3/5. am I clear? am I clear or not? The liked items, complete liked items are in the purple squares. Once count the items in the purple squares: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, that 5 will be in the denominator, and numerator what it tells is liked and shown. Out of all these 5 purple squares, we have to identify which items are highlighted. Which items are highlighted? 1, 2 and 3. Okay, 3/5. Is it clear? Understand all of you? Recall is clear? Please acknowledge the chat. Recall is clear? Okay, liked means irrespective of highlight you have to count the purple squares: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And liked plus shown only the purple squares which have highlighted items: 1, 2 and 3. 3/5. Similarly, precision. How to calculate the precision? Precision is equal to liked and shown by shown. Liked and shown by shown. How many items have been shown? Okay, we have to calculate. Okay, so here the precision is 3/11. Here liked and shown means you have to count the squares which has both green and purple squares. Items లెక్క పెట్టండి. 1, 2, 3. Are you following? How many? 1, 2 and 3. Liked and shown. By shown. By shown means what? Count all the green color rectangles. All the green rectangles: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Eliminate purple rectangles, only count green rectangles. If you count only green rectangles, that will comes under shown. If the rectangle contains both green and purple, that is called as the liked and shown. Are you following or not? Now the precision is clear. So this recall and precision, okay, will be taken as the metrics for our recommendation systems. Clear all of you? Precision and recall is shown in the sense the product may not be available. The product may not be available. For example, if you see Amazon, even though you are interested on that item, it will gives you the no stock. Am I right? No stock means what? You cannot purchase that item. Even though item is visible to you, but you cannot purchase that item. Okay. So here I will consider these items like that. Even though you like, you cannot purchase. Okay. When like that, it will like that you have to treat. Clear? Precision and recall is clear? Yes? Okay. Do we have time? 4 o'clock. Okay. Shall we do practical now? Please acknowledge the chat. Shall we start practical? Students respond. Shall we do practicals today or tomorrow? Today itself? Okay. All of you, please open your Jupyter notebooks. Sorry, Jupyter notebooks typed wrongly. Right. Jupyter notebook. Sure, sure. Actually, it is. It will be uploaded soon in our YouTube video, our YouTube channel. So there it will be available. Meanwhile, I'll talk with Girish sir to upload the videos as soon as possible in our YouTube channel. Already 6 videos are there, so can. Please, all of you, start your Jupyter notebook. Shall I share the link, sir? I will, if you want, I will share the link. Please, follow the pro steps what I'm doing here. In YouTube.com. Please type Dean Placements. So this is our page. This is our channel, Dean Placements channel. Click on that Dean Placement and please subscribe to that channel. If you subscribe to that channel, you will get the alerts. You'll get the alerts and updates regularly. So in this, you can go to videos. Here, all the machine learning and Java videos are available here. I'll copy this link and I'll paste it for you. Please click on this link, sir, so that you can direct to. Sorry. Please click on this link, and link you can directly go to the videos. Okay, we have videos up to KNN classifier. Up to KNN classifier. The remaining videos are also will be uploaded soon. So please check for the updates, sir, regularly. Yes, sir. The whole credit goes to Barney sir and Girish sir. They are very much. They are continuously working on the videos to be available for all the students and candidates. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let us open the new Python 2 notebook. Change the title to, for example, today we'll do some demo recommender system. In the spelling is demo recommended system. Today's date is 01/07/2020. So first, what you have to do, import GraphLab package. So import GraphLab. So in this today's work, let us see some music data. Okay, in that music data, we will do some recommendations. Okay, we will do some recommendations using this music data. Okay, that means it will recommend some songs based on your interest. It will recommend some songs. Okay, first let us load some music data. Okay. Load some songs data. I think it takes some time for first time GraphLab. So successfully GraphLab package has been imported. Now let us load the songs data. Songs is equal to GraphLab dot sframe of song underscore data dot sframe. Hope all of you have this data set, which is a real-time data set. Okay. Okay. No need. If you execute one more time, it eliminates that warning. Okay. Now let us print what is there inside these songs. Okay. Songs that head. Okay. If you see the songs data inside this, so what is the user ID? Okay. What is the user ID and what is the song ID? And how many times this user listened that song? Okay, how many times? For example, if you consider this user, He listened only once. The title of the song, who is the artist for that song, and what is that song? What is that song? The Cow. The song starts with the word called the cow. Okay, it Pallavalo the cow అనే word ఉంటుంది. The cow అనే word తో పల్లవ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. Okay, అలాగే this is the second user ID and this is the song ID, and this second user listened these songs for 2 times, and the title of the song is this, and he is the artist, and this is the song that is what he listened. Okay, this is the data set what we have. Okay, now let us explore the data visually. Explore the data graphically. So for that, what I will do is I'll set canvas to the Python book target. Okay, graphlab.canvas.set_target, that is IPYNB. So what I want to do is songs of song dot show. Okay. Once all of you observe the statistics, and understand, for example, if I take this song called Seher Kosmich, 5,970 times is there in the data set. Okay, so the song, that means here I can say that this is the most popular song. I can say that like that. Why? Because it is there in the data set 5,970 times is there, and its distribution is 53.5%. Okay, so this is the top song, and the Undo Bizarre is there in the data set 5,281. Otherwise, I can say that 5,970 users are listening this song. I can say like that. And this song is listened by 5,281 users. That means the percentage is 47.3%. Similarly, 4,806 people are listening this song. Like that, all these statistics are there, and this is sorted based on the number of listening, number of users that are listening. Not only this, if you click on show more, it will show some more details. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, first of all, calculate what is the data set length. So we have 11,16,609 records are there in our data set. So you cannot do this, you cannot do the same with the data frames. That is why I think all of you now you understand why we are using S frames rather than data frames. If you want to load these many records using data frames, the RAM may not give the support for you. Okay, if you use S frames, what it will do is the S frame will create a virtual memory. In that virtual memory, all these data set records will be stored. Okay, so how many records we have in the data set? 11,16,609 records are there in our data set. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to count number of users. How many users are there in our data set? Unique users, actually, not duplicate. Why? Because users data may be duplicated. So I want to identify the number of counting number of unique users. For that, what I'll do is I'll take user is equal to songs of user underscore ID dot unique. Okay. Now let us print the length of the user. So we have 66,346 unique users are there in our data set. Let us see the user ID of the first user. This is the user ID of the first user. So now what we will do is we will create a recommendation system. Okay. Let us create a song recommender system. Okay. Let us create a song recommender system. For that, what I will do is first I will split the data into training and testing. So songs dot random split of 0.8 seed is equal to 0. Now I want to build a recommender system based on popularity. Okay. So for that I will write, I already given 4 methods, right? 4 methods based on popularity, classification based, this product, if you purchase this product, other product is been purchased, and movie recommendation system. We have discussed 4 methods, right? Right here we are using the popularity based recommender system. Okay. Simple popularity based recommender. Okay. So how to create that? Popular, I'll take pop underscore mode is equal to pop underscore model. Okay. Popularity based model, my intention. Okay. GraphLab dot popularity recommender. Okay. After pressing dot, if you press tab, you can select so that you can do coding fast. Okay. Create of train underscore data, comma, based on user IDs I want to do. Okay. User underscore ID is equal to user underscore ID, comma, also item underscore ID is equal to song. Okay. So here what I'm doing is I'm building a popularity based recommender systems, okay, on the training data by considering user IDs and songs. That's it. User IDs and songs. Okay. So your model has been successfully built. Okay. Now what I want to do is, use the popularity model to make some predictions. Now what I will do is here, using this pop underscore model, I want to recommend songs for first user. Okay. Sorry, the syntax is wrong. Users is equal to user is equal to user of 0, where user is equal to user of 0. No, single equal. Stop underscore model dot recommend user is equal to, sorry, user underscore id is equal to, see, all of you once see the command, okay, pop underscore model dot recommend user equal to user of 0. Okay, so it is giving the recommendations like this. So for user 0, these are the song recommendations. Okay, Seher Cosmic Harmonia. It is in the first rank. That is the first song he should listen first, and then this song, and then this song, like that. Rank wise, it is recommending for the first user. Okay, let us see the recommendation for user 1. Recommend. So user is equal to user of 1. Okay, for the user 1, let us see what are the recommendations he is getting. See, these are the recommendations have been got by the user 1. Okay, he has to listen share Cosmic Harmonia. See, if you observe for recommendations of user 0 and user 1, the same song is occupied the first rank. Am I right? The same song occupied the second rank, and the same song occupied by the third rank, so on and so forth. So here what you are doing is, here you are performing recommendations based on popularity. That's it. So based on popularity మీ రికమెండేషన్ సిస్టమ్స్ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి అందరి యూజర్స్ కి అవే సాంగ్స్ వస్తాయి, ఎందుకంటే అవి పాపులర్ సాంగ్స్ కాబట్టి. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ ఫ్యాన్ కి చిరంజీవి సాంగ్స్ వచ్చేస్తాయి, ఎందుకంటే చిరంజీవి పాపులారిటీ ఎక్కువ ఏమో. ఐ డోంట్ నో వెదర్ ఐ హర్ట్ పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ ఫ్యాన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఓకే, యాజ్ హీస్ ఎ సీనియర్, okay, even though the Chiranjeevi songs are more popular than Pavan Kalyan, irrespective of fanism, for everyone they will get Chiranjeevi songs only. For that, what we have to do is, we have to change the recommender type. That's why this time I want to build a recommender system, a song recommender system with personalization. I will build. Okay, this is method 2. This is method 2. The first thing is the method 1. The recommendation system has been built based on a popularity. Now it is based on personalization. Okay. So what I will do is, here what we have given for first model, popularity, right? Popularity recommender. Okay. So here what we'll do is, PER model, personalized model, is equal to graphlab dot item based similarity we have to take now. Item based similarity recommender we have to take. Okay. Create on training data, train underscore data, comma, train underscore data, user underscore ID is equal to user underscore ID, comma, item underscore ID is equal to song. Now you have built model based on personalization now. Now Pawan Kalyan fans will get only Pawan Kalyan songs only, not Chiranjeevi songs anymore. Okay. How to do that? So now let us see the recommendations. Okay. PER underscore model dot recommend user is equal to user of 0. Now once observe the recommendations given by popularity recommender and personalized recommender, the results will be different. Once all of you observe after displaying the results. Okay. For user 0, the recommendations have been given by the popularity model and personalized model are different. Have you observed? Now the first rank is changed. Now they got Pawan Kalyan songs. Now user 1 is Mahesh Babu fan, for example. User 1 is Mahesh Babu fan. Okay. Now he will get only Mahesh Babu songs only. Okay. If you want, you can check it. User is equal to user of 0, user of 1. Okay. User 1. Recommender, right? Recommender. Oh, personalized model. I bet. Okay. Personalized model. User equal to user equal to user of 1. What happened? Recommend ER model, ER underscore model, recommend. Now Mahesh Babu fan is checking his recommendations. Okay. Now these are also different recommendations. Okay. Okay, here also I think user 0 and user 1 both are Pawan Kalyan fan. Here also Pawan Kalyan fans dominations are there. Domination is there. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay. Now we'll calculate, now we'll get the recommendation based on songs. Now the based on, by giving user as the query, we got the recommendations. Now here we are going to get the similar songs. Okay. For example, I want to see get similar items. Okay. for uh, the song with the title With or Without You. Okay, this is the song title, With or Without You. I want to take some similar songs. Okay. Okay, with this song, PR model get underscore similar underscore items of with or, okay, okay, with or without you. O is capital, with or without you. Okay, these are the similar songs. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. This is the song title which you want to query for, and this is the similar songs with this. In the similarity, it has rank 1. This I still have found is having this, having the rank 1. Why? Because this song is closest to this song. Okay. Similarly, I want to check for another song. Another song. Okay. Chan Chan of Life. Chan Chan of Life. Buena Vista Social Club. So these are the similar songs for the for your queried song. Okay, this is the distance. This is the distance, and this is the rank. The songs based on the distance, based on the similarity score, the ranks will be assigned. Okay. Okay. Now let us compare these models based on their performance metrics. Okay. That is quantitative comparison between models. Let us do some visual study. That is import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So here we have matplotlib inline. So for that, what I'll do is I'll calculate model performance, that is equal to graphlab dot recommender dot util dot compare models on testing data. Okay, that means you have to see which model is performing well by giving the testing data. Which models you have to give? Pop underscore model, that is popularity based model, and personalized model. These are the models that you have created, right? Now I want to compare the performances of these two models, okay, on testing data. On testing data, I will take user underscore samples. Sample is 5%, 0.005. Let me take it in the second line. Sample is equal to 0.05. I think hey, ये अकाउंट ओपन नहीं चाहिए विजय बैंक నుంచి నా SBI లోకి వచ్చాను. Okay, this is the precision and recall. Okay, this is the precision and recall for so this is evaluating model M0. Model M0 means this popularity model. Okay, for the popularity model, these are the precision and recall statistics. And for the model 1, these are the precision and recall statistics. Which model you can find the best model? M0 or M1? That means popularity model or personalized model? Any conclusions from your side? Yes? Okay. Here I can say that M1 is giving the best results when compared to M0. Why? Because the precision and recall are giving the good statistics for personalized model and compared to the popularity model. Like this, you can compare the models. Okay. So with this, the practical implementation of recommender systems have been completed. Any doubts? Any queries? Clear all of you? Please acknowledge through chat. Hope all of you got the results, all of you got the outputs, all of you got the conclusions. You'll be in a position of comparing popularity model and personalized model, results wise as well as performance wise. Am I correct? Yes. So this video will be uploaded soon, and watch carefully, and you can browse for the more data sets, and you can do this, no problem. And you can develop your own what do you call recommender system, no problem. Okay, let us see. You may have a quiz today. Today we'll have a quiz. Don't go outside the session. Okay, I'll share the link for this quiz is for both classification and clustering. Okay, you are supposed to answer the questions. Don't go out of the session. I'll share the link now. Yes. Yes, Chandrasekhar. That is correct. The YouTube is completely used personalized model, not popularity model. Personalized model means it will consider the user interests. It won't give the any global. It won't give any impact of global popularity. Okay. YouTube strictly follows a personalized model only. All of you, please click on this link and start writing the answers. Okay, this link is available up to 5:15. Testing your skills. Okay, all of you test your skills. Click that link. Okay. Yeah, welcome.